What's going on, guys? JSGC Football here, and we are here for another football vlog, starting our 2023-2024 season, starting it off in July with a bang. Why? Because the return of Bury Football Club. Aaron's got all the facts, all the history. He'll take you through that in just one moment. But before we do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, to subscribe. Got plenty of football vlogs coming up throughout the season for you guys to enjoy, including Football League vlogs, away vlogs, and of course non-league vlogs as well, for you guys to look forward to. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. So Aaron, some facts. Take it away.
Do let me know in the comments below, is it Bury or Bury? I've always known it as Bury due to a Lancastrian saying like that. I'm going to call you Bury. So with Bury, that's founded in 1885 on 24th of April by Aidan Arrowsmith. So it's a local enthusiast and broker 2 meters between two church teams, Bury Wesleyans and Bury Unitarians, at the Wagon and Horses Hotel and the Old White Horse Hotel. So it's agreed from the outset there should be a professional team right in 1885, and that's a controversial thing in itself, and it still is. So ahead of the 1885-86 season, the club leased a plot of land on Gigg Lane from the Earl of Derby's estate. So Gigg Lane goes back to 1885 as well. So it shows how long it's been there. So on the 12th of September 1885, the first match was played at Gigg Lane, friendly against a team from Wigan, and Bury won 4-3. So the first Football League match ever at Gigg Lane was on the 8th of September 1894 when Bury defeated Manchester City 4-2. So a little bit of fun facts for you there. So with the history of Bury, there's a lot of history there. They are the 2 times FA Cup winners, won it in 1900 and 1903.
Interestingly, the FA tweeted out about the FA Cup this year having the return of Bury Football Club as well, so officially recognised. This merger that they've had is officially recognised as Bury Football Club.
Yep. So they've won the second tier before, 1895. I'll say the third tier they've won in 1961-97, and the fourth tier, which is your League 2, they've obviously never won it, but runners-up twice in 2011 and 2019, being promoted in 74, 85, 96, and of course 15 as well. So, of course, the latest one to the edition is with the Phoenix Club, Bury AFC. They won the North West Counties Division 1 North in 2022. So this takes me nicely now to the recent events of what's happened. So with Bury FC, they were expelled from the Football League in August 2019 amongst rising debts and financial meltdown under the previous owner, Steve Dale. The Shaker had been promoted to League 1 at the time, in the football's third tier, in Gigg Lane was officially known for sponsorship purposes as Planet U Energy Stadium, and it was powered by renewable energy. Previous deals have seen the ground named the JD Stadium and the Energy Trick Stadium. So in 2020, when Bury and Bury AFC were considered separate teams, there's no possibility of Bury AFC playing its match at Gigg Lane, and the ground share was agreed with Radcliffe FC at Stainton Park for the 2021 season for North West Counties Football League, Football Division 1 North. So they played at Stainton Park in Radcliffe, which is about 2.5 miles southwest of Bury. So that ground had a capacity of 4,000. So with Bury FC, they're having quite a rent in Gigg Lane, but the request again was rejected on the 5th of April 2022 as not feasible by the Bury AFC Supporters Society, who cited commercial risk and imbalance that could jeopardise a future merger with Bury AFC. So there's been a lot of aggro between the two groups, which is why they've had the Phoenix Club and of course the Bury FC Supporters Society. On the smoother like Macclesfield, they've had the Phoenix Club and they've stuck with it. So in March 2023, Bury FC announced a temporary agreement to play the final home games at Moss's Seal Park due to poor ground conditions at Radcliffe caused by bad weather additional fixtures. So Bury FC are set to play Gigg Lane once more after 4 years, after 2 separate supported leg groups set up after the club's Football League expulsion in 2019 finally agreed to merge. It took a long time, it's been a long time coming to finally get the 2 groups to agree to this merger.
It needed a second vote to merge
it did need a second vote, yeah. So with Bury FC, the team who represented the team in non-league since then, after Bury FC weren't allowed to play, the play match at Stainton Park, and the original Bury FC continued to exist as a fan-led business entity but with no football team, and completed a purchase from the administrator last year to purchase Gigg Lane. But of course they had no team to play at Gigg Lane, and Bury FC did have a team. So a first attempt to try and merge the two was last October, and it fell just short of 2/3 of the majority required to merge. But a second vote saw both groups approve the motion by more than 90%, which also means the merged club will now qualify for that necessary local council and government funding. That's what it's all about, Les. So a total of 1.3 million in funding is reportedly available to the club. So 450,000 from Bury Council and the rest from the government's Levelling Up Fund. So when they did have the vote, second time, the supporters also voted 97% in favour of making Gigg Lane the club's home venue, with 92% in favour of returning to the name Bury Football Club. The vote to amalgamate the Shakers community and Bury FC Supporters Society has passed by an overwhelmingly positive margin, and that brings us today, as we're finally back in Bury. It is finally known back as Bury FC. They're finally back at the Gigg as well.
My man has done homework. Look at this. Look at this. Turn it around. Turn it around. My man has done homework.
I've been getting the facts.
Dedication. Yeah. I absolutely love it.
So I want to get the research right. So that's where it stands at the minute.
Yeah, that sets everything very nicely up for today's game, where Bury are going to be taking on Bradford of League 2. That's going to be the returning match for the return of Bury Football Club at their home at Gigg Lane, which I think is brilliant for the local community of Bury. A 4-year absentee to the local community has had devastating effects with football in the town
community as well.
Yeah, and so it'll be really interesting to see. We've got a sold out match turning up with limited capacity, I think, to 2,200 today. 1,000 Bradford City fans coming to Bury for this game in what should be a very emotional return back to Gigg Lane. I do want to make one special shout out for making all of this happen, and that's all the volunteers at Bury Football Club, keeping that pitch in tip-top shape. I've seen some pictures, it looked good. People that have been turning up in their own spare time to help paint Gigg Lane, to get it back into action. Let's not forget, it's been dormant for 4 years.
And also thank you to Bury AFC as well, because without them you wouldn't have the football team.
Yeah, it's there's so much that's gone on with the volunteers. There's so much that's gone on in the background to make today happen, and it's a special day for Bury Football Club, the return of them at Gigg Lane. Can't wait for it. Let's make our way to Bury and let's go and see what we can get up to as Bury Football Club are back.
Yep, as they've got Preston North Enders, will be fielding a Team 11 for tomorrow as well, so that's the two fixtures.
2 EFL games.
Yeah, 2 EFL clubs to help out Bury FC.
Let's go.
Sun is out here overseas. Dark emotions ever torn so deep, falling down through the clouds on. Stay away from me. You keep haunting me.
We do love a bit of drone footage here on the JSGC Football channel. Right, we've walked into Bury Town Centre. We're going to go and see what we can find to do. Bury Market's just over there, famous Bury Market. We're not checking out the market today.
Black pudding.
We're not checking out the market though today.
The black pudding.
No. Instead, we're going to head to a place called the Trackside Bar, and it's literally by the tracksides where you find the East Lancashire Railway. Pretty unique, so we're going to go and check it out. Cider, Scottish cider. Let's see how it tastes.
new, never had this.
Oh, it's like a creamy cider. You know what percent it is? It doesn't taste that strong.
6.1.
It's 6.1, that's strong, it doesn't taste that strong. 6 out of 10, not my favourite, I don't think.
£4.80.
£4.80 for the pint on a nice warm day like today, what, 24 degrees, nice cool pint, watching the football, July, can't beat it.
So as you can see, it's black, so that means it's the stout. So I'm on black marble stout. So this costs me £5.40. Yeah, it's a little bit dearer for stout, but it's 5.1. It's a little bit weaker than Jerry's, but how does it taste? Does it even match up to Guinness? Very nice. Very, very nice that. It's like a dark aftertaste. Tasting like coffee with it, you know, like the caramel like that.
Out of 10?
Out of 10, I'd probably give it, I think a solid 7.5 out of 10. But it's selling more than matches Guinness, it's a lovely style that. Maybe being a little bit harsh, I'd probably put 8 out of 10.
We're on beer numero dos, and we're here on the fruit backed cider. It is a 4% cider, £4.40. Smells nice, but how does it taste? That's very fruity, that's a very unusual taste. I think I need a second opinion.
What type of fruity flavours you getting?
Like a raspberry flavour. There's no real kick to it. So it tastes a little bit flat, in my opinion. So I think I'm going to give it, again, I think a 6 out of 10. Not sure if this camera's picking up, but it is starting to rain, and me and Aaron have brought no coats. Now in the Bank Pub. Trackside, brilliant. Go and check it out if you are doing Bury. Bank Pub, nice and cheap. Soft drink pint, less than £5, £4.75. I'm on just a Strongbow. How does it taste? Look at it, it's filled up as well. Get your money's worth. Cool and crisp with a little kick to it. 6.8. Got having a away day with spoons. A standard rum and coke on the Kraken right here. Aaron's just on soft drink. Why on soft drinks?
I'm driving. So what you want?
Just a single Kraken rum and coke. Very refreshing. I need it on quite a warm day. Weather's been a little bit inconsistent, but the drinks have been good. And I think I would put this perhaps even the best that I've had today, which for a Wetherspoons outlet is very uncommon. I think I'll give this a 7.2 out of 10. Spoons all done and dusted, and looking around Bury Town Centre all done and dusted. We're now going to go and check out Gigg Lane. Can't even comprehend how exciting this must be for Bury fans. The return of their football club. 4 years! 4 years! Finally, today is the day. History is made. Gigg Lane, they're back. We've made it to Gigg Lane. I do want to say that if you come in here by a car, you can park loads of places around the local area. It's not residential. You can park, just be respectful. There it is. First views. Gigg Lane back in action. There we go, we were part of it. Right, we're heading into the south stand now where the home fans are. Here's mobile tickets, just cost just over £8 for today. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go. This is exciting, isn't it, Aaron?
So it is.
New ground for you to tick off as well.
For me, yeah, I've never been.
And the return of Bury Football Club. Love it. Right, Aaron, I'm going to press you for a score prediction for today, even though it is a pre-season friendly.
3-1 Bradford.
Well, okay, I'm going for 4-0 Bradford is my prediction for today. I'm hoping we will see a Bury goal, that would be great. Bury could win this game.
Bury win today.
That would be the best return ever. But is Division 9 is it they're heading into?
9th tier, yeah, so
Ninth
North
tier.
West County's Premier Division.
Yeah. But today, it's all about the return back to Gigg Lane to see football. 0-0s, 4-0s, doesn't matter. Really doesn't. What does matter? Football, atmosphere, Gigg Lane, Bury FC, it's back. Nice stadium, isn't it, Aaron, for Division 9? 11,000 is the capacity. Bury Football Club, like I said, it's back. Have a look at this. Over there. Home fans over here. Like I said, there is a limit on the capacity, 2,200. And a very appropriate song being played. The boys are back in town. Good luck. Bury Football Club back, Gigg Lane. And kudos to them Bradford fans that have travelled today. 1,000 of them. Bury Football Club, you have been officially JSGC. And funnily enough, a couple of Everton stickers on there, so I'm optimistic it might be able to stay. Just here on the stairs, right next to the final block, South Stand. There we are. Bury Football Club. We're on the way back. That was our promotion back in 2019. Just for clarity, that's Tranmere Rovers where they got promoted back in 2019. Their last game we played, and now back. And we're in here. Here's Bradford City. Almost a report on here for 5 minutes into a bit of space. There's the first goal. Tidy work, works into space, good finish, 1-0 Bradford. Bradford. I might know who's winning this game. 2-0 Bradford. They seem like they're better.
Hobbit.
Fair credit to the groundsman, they've done a real good job on the pitch. One throw in, headed in by Bradford, but it's disallowed due to a push and a foul, so it remains 2-0 here. They didn't change the scoreboard though, 2-0, not 3-0.
Or maybe they're that confident, just go leave it like that, because it's going to be 3-0 at some point.
Shall we go and get some food and drink?
What time is it?
20 minutes in, one-way traffic.
I can do while they're having a break.
Our menu for today. The Stamford Press, which they've got. Got no pie serving in here, so we'll have to go and try one of the concourses along, but there's not that many left, so hopefully we'll be able to, fingers crossed, try some food here. So, Stamford Press, how does it taste? Tastes like Hertfordshire cider, Stamford Press. A solid option. Nice, cool and crisp. 7.1 out of 10. Just goes 3-0 Bradford, so Aaron was right, just keep it at 3-0, you know, at some point it might go 3-0. Right, so because they're playing an EFL team, and EFL regulations say that you've got to have alcohol consumed not in the stands, which absolutely baffles me. Anyway, I don't know about the non-league games that they play in Division 9 as to whether they'll be able to take them up into the stands. We await further clarification on the league's regulations and the police regulations on that. But you can just come and stand here and get a view of what's happening. We've just seen Bradford go 3-0 up. I mean, we're like 25 minutes in. This could end up a cricket score, really. But as I said, this is Bury's return at Gigg Lane, and that's what it's all about. Result doesn't matter. Maybe that's 4-0, I think my prediction's in, but still plenty of time. Could we see 10? Are Bradford going to be that brutal about this? And continue our quest to see if we can find some food here. Bradford Press here though, very nice. I don't know what it's going to be like for the league game because it might change. This is a trial run, everything's pretty temporary. They've got two concourses in the south stand at Gigg Lane for Bury FC. one down at the entrance as you come in, one down at the far end. They didn't have any pies where we were sat down at the entrance as we came in. Come down to the far end and we've just about managed to get pies. We did want a meat and potato pie and a steak pie. We've only managed to get hold of 2 steak pies, and I will add that these are the 2 last steak pies, the last pies that we've got, so we can do a food review. But I like this view. Got the away fans just over here.
You can see there, got the away fans, Bradford.
Yeah, very close to the action. So, 7, just over 7 out of 10 it's scored for Berry. Offside flag goes up. The offside flag is up, it remains 4-0. Right, so, I mean, they said it was steak pie, but this looks like meat and potatoes to me. How does it taste? Nice bit of seasoning. I don't know whether it's just because I'm absolutely starving. I've had quite a bit to drink but nothing to eat. That tastes like heaven. Nice pastry. It's definitely meat and potato.
Yeah.
Delicious. I think I'm going to give it 8 out of 10 for the food. So food and drink, decent. 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, literally just the last pie. Aaron's now, he's got the steak pie. I've got the last meat and potato here. Aaron's got the last steak. Right, how does it taste? Give me that steak review. Good. Give me that score.
Nice pastry, nice meat. Solid 8.
Really nice. Right, so we've got a solid 8 out of 10 and a 7 out of 10. Put this big in! Come on, Berry! Oh, corner. Food and drink, 7.5 out of 10?
Okay, that's 7.5.
Cool. One shot. We'll add that the Bradford City fans that are in the Arthur Ashworth stand just over here, they don't have a concourse. If you like to get your food and drink, there's a little stall that you can see just there. Rightio, Aaron, some half-time thoughts.
I think Bradford just look a lot stronger, don't they?
You can tell that they're professional football players.
Especially the first 25 minutes.
Yeah, and they seem to have taken the foot off the gas. They've got all the substitutes warming up. I presume we're going to be seeing a lot of changes for the second half and potentially seeing some of the youth team.
Yeah, maybe 11 changes.
Yeah. What's your thoughts though for what you've seen and your first impressions of Gigg Lane?
First impression, I think the volunteers again have done a very good job with Gigg Lane.
Excellent job. Lovely and clean. It's like they've never been away.
Tell they've done a very good job, like the seats as well.
Yeah.
So the facilities. Then special credit to the ground for how well they've kept it, especially with the grounds.
Absolutely fantastic.
Overall, I do like Gigg Lane. I like the traditional grounds like this. I say they're a dying commodity in today's modern world, but I do like it like this.
Fantastic, isn't it?
South Stand was open in 1994, wasn't it?
I think it said downstairs about they had a game with Man United that opened the South Stand, I think.
Yeah, 94.
A proper traditional ground, Gigg Lane.
I like it. But with the football, I think Bradford just been far too strong. They've absolutely dominated Bury.
I think,
especially the first half an hour.
I think it'll be interesting to see with the changes made in the second half. Can Bury do it? Can they get that prestigious first goal back at Gigg Lane? I think it's the big question here. Bradford well deserved their 4-0. They've had a couple of goals disallowed. Could have been even worse for Bury. What you're seeing here is a team that are in the 4th tier of English football taking on a team that are in the 9th tier of English football. You're seeing professional football players taking on amateur football players. And I think a fairer reflection you'll get on where Bury FC are at is when they have their first game back in the Division 9 when they take on Glossop North End at the end of July. Well, in terms of this game, Bradford well deserved their 4-0 lead and well on their way here to preparing themselves very well for a League 2 campaign. So whilst we've got the camera out and we're speaking about Bradford, we do want to wish Bradford City the very best of luck in trying to win promotion, go one step further than what they went last season in trying to get back into League 1. There's the home fans. There's one of the stands with the flags on display. The Neville stand where you see just outside the main entrance. And And of course the Arthur Ashworth stand, which is hosting the away fans Bradford City for today, who are 4-0 up. As you guys, we'll see you again for the second half. There is number 5, Bradford. And there goes my 4-0 prediction as well. Yours is well out the window. The key question is, can they get that goal? We just want to see that goal. One of the things we're seeing here at Bury Football Club, every player wants to be that player that scores that first goal back for Bury at Gigg Lane. So they're going for glory when in actual fact there's better options, better passes, crosses into the box. They're not really doing it. It gets to about 20-30 yards out and they keep going for glory and going for that wonder strike rather than looking for the best option. It happens in non-league. What was on about when we said pop-up shots. Can they do it? Can they get that prestigious goal? Rain comes down here at Gigg Lane and they find that goal. Not yet. This is our first ever pre-season game and we've just seen something we've not seen before. Fully fit, subbing the goalkeeper. Give the Bury goalkeeper.
Seen it once before, but he refused to come on in the League Cup final.
Kepper. Chelsea also went on to lose that penalty shootout with Kepper in goal as well.
In the rain, there's number 6 for Bradford.
The rain, I'm not sure my camera's picking up, but really coming down here at Gigg Lane. Have we got coats, Aaron? No. Into the final minute here. I don't think Bury are going to get that prestigious goal we're looking for on the return to Gigg Lane. More so than anything else, it's brilliant to see Bury FC back here at Gigg Lane. That completes our day at Gigg Lane and watching the return of Bury Football Club. So let's rate our experience. We're going to start off first with the food and drink, which we're going to give a 7.5 out of 10. Nice cold bottles of Stamford Press in there, pies as well in there, tasty, pretty decent, 7.5 out of 10. In terms of atmosphere, it's pre-season. Bury are a Division 9 club taking on a Division 4 team. Atmosphere in itself, pretty flat. I'm struggling here to probably give it any more than a 2 out of 10. However, in terms of value for money, food and drink, not too expensive. Drinking around Bury, again, good prices. Tickets for today costing £8.15 each. Decent price. I'm going to give it 10 out of 10, which gives Bury Football Club a complete total today of 19.5 out of 30 and giving them an overall score of just over 6 out of 10. We may be returning at some point for a league game. We'll have to wait and see, but we've got plenty more videos for you guys to look forward to, so don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next one. Aaron, thank you very much for being the designated driver today. We'll see you all for the next one. So we've been JSGC Football. Thank you everyone for watching. We hope everyone is safe and well. Peace.